Yes, if I confirm, it's your boy Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. The chopper of them on the fryer plantain. Yes, 1995, 1999 Gabon champion. First Igbo governor of Lagos State. But once I yes, can I say yes, we fit. Yes, Father confirm. Yes, Father confirm. It's your top Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. Chopper of them on the fryer of plantain. Chilling right here on the set of the Africa Today show. Ginger. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guess what? Guess what? 2019 happened. Oh. Congratulations to every single person that's watching this video right now, because guess what? You may not have one single naira, one single dollar, one single pound, 1 euro, nothing in your bank account, but guess what? You made it into the new year, confirmed. So keep running like a big cup. I'm telling you, this life, let me tell you something about this life. As much as we as Christians, maybe you're a Muslim, or maybe you're a Hare Krishna, or maybe you believe in Buddha, confirm, and you now say, you know what, it's because of that greater power that I'm still alive. Guess what? You could have decided on your own that, you know what, I want to drink hot drink and I want to enter behind the driving steering wheel of a motor car and now drive on 31st and kill yourself, but you did not. Confirm. You may have looked at it that, you know what, I will let a useless boy that does not even have any single paycheck coming on a 2-week notice to come and climb me, and when they give me belly, I want to go and come out that belly, and guess what, you go to one quack and then boom, you pay you mud. You could have believed that instead of it to just humbly go and eat correct food at the correct restaurant, you see what mama put like this, where people are sitting down on top of gutter, which is something that happened right there in Lagos, Nigeria, where I'm from. You see a lot of people where they are consuming a meal, where the place where they are sitting down to eat the food is plank wood that they put on top of gutter. And they are sitting down on top of that gutter there and they are consuming. As they are eating one, that's how fly is flying. As they are eating one, that's how bacteria is doing woo. As they are eating one, that's how yellow fever, viruses, all kinds of things, the plague is entering inside that food that they are eating, and they will eat it and then they mud. But you chose not to. So it was something that you yourself did as well. So I'm telling you, survival is not easy. Go on social media right now, you're gonna be seeing all the things that people are writing. Oh my god, I'm about to kill myself. Oh my god. Yo, the fact that you guys were able to stay in there and hang in there, confirm. This life is not about what you achieve, it's what you endure, confirm. It's after the endurance that you now start to dream of what I can achieve, confirm. So the fact that you endured and you say, you know what, this life that I'm living, I may not be where I want to be right now, but I know where I'm going. All I have to do is just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and all of you did it, confirm. So congratulations to all of you, and I want to appreciate you so much, because let me tell you, in this life, something is so funny. This life, nobody will ever congratulate you for being alive. If you tell somebody that, oh my god, like, you know, I haven't seen you in 15 years, how have you been? They'll be like, ah, long time, oh, it's nice to see you again. That's it, that's all. But nobody will tell you we're done. So you that are watching this video right now, we're done, confirm. I don't care if you're tipping Wi-Fi from your neighbor house. I don't care if you're watching this thing inside of a Starbucks. I don't care if you're in McDonald's. I don't care if you're riding on Okada, confirm, and you have to figure out a way to tither into that Okada man phone to be able to get Wi-Fi from there, confirm. But the fact that you're watching me, congratulations, you have entered 2019, confirm, ginger. Now let's jump into this year, because too many things are happening in Africa. Crazy. What I wanted to do with this video was to give you a recap. I wanted to talk about 2018. Personally, I won't even lie to you guys, I am such a sucker for even number year. I don't know why. Something about me, maybe because I was born in an even number year, or maybe because of the word odd number. So when you hear odd means irregular. Odd means that there's something that's not complete with it. So off of that, when I see odd number, yeah, look at it and I'm like, odd number. But guess what? Most of the great things that have happened to me in my life was even number. I was born 1984, even number. Confirm. I was alive to say Atlanta 96. When Nigeria went to go and do Olympic, confirm, kind of one call. Oh. One of the most beautiful things ever. I remember watching that match. Semi-final. Google that thing on YouTube right there. It's right there. Kano Nwankwo scored the goal. This is a dying minute where Bebeto was playing against us. This under 23 boys. Bebeto was the machinery because you know under 23 they allow some older guys to come in. Confirm. So Bebeto was one of the guys that Brazil brought. Confirm. And ladies and gentlemen, I think they were leading us maybe 2-1. Dying minutes. Dying minutes. That's how there was a goal mouth scramble. They play corner. As the corner comes, somebody nod the corner. They are trying to clear the ball. That's how they just brought the ball near. Kind of just collect it. Turn around. Booka! Score goal. Equalizer. 2-2. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this thing I'm telling you is a true story. It was now extra time. And this was when they now did golden goal. Of which they have removed golden goal. Now they're not doing golden goal anymore. Golden goal back then in soccer mean that it's extra time. It's almost like NFL. NFL, the National Football League, football that the ball that they're playing is not a ball. It's like egg, over. That's not ball, confirm. Number 2, they don't even kick it with leg all the time. So that's not even it. It's supposed to be a handball running an elbow, confirm. It's a rugby with locomotive. That's what they do, confirm. It's rugby that people are wearing mattress on top of their body. That's what they should just call it as. Just call it what it is. You know, people are carrying helmet on your head. Are you riding Okada? Where are you going, chairman? But it's all good. God bless them, confirm. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a golden goal. And I'm telling you this thing. You know who scored that golden goal for us? Kano Nwankwo. Hey. Kano Nwankwo. That's the goal that he scored where he was not doing like the woman that's selling okpa. He's doing like this. I don't know whether you have seen that video. For some people that are watching this, maybe you're Togolese, Sierra Leone, Kenya, Uganda, and wondering what the hell is Foxy P talking about. Bear with me. These are things that we experience as Nigerian children, confirm. So 1996, I went through that. Guess another great thing that happened year 2000, Y2K. I remember that so clearly. They said world is going to end. That's the first year that me and my parents, we didn't go for watch nights. My father said we have to be in the house, and I'm wondering to myself, if the world is going to end, is it this man that's 5'3", that has a rifle, that's upstairs, the bullet is downstairs, and then the key to unlock the trigger guard of the rifle is inside another room inside the house? How can you even protect? What man? Y2K, they say the world is going to end. All the Mayan people from back in the day, all the Pharaoh people from back in the day, computer is going to destroy. Y2K virus, everybody was losing their mind. Guess what happened? When that Y2K, everybody was sitting inside the house and man, I didn't want to hear what do. I went outside, I blew my banger. And the banger I was blowing is not a regular banger, it's a three knockout. That's the one that you hold it like this as a chairman. You strike it, bah! I'm talking about fireworks now. For anybody that was born in America, I don't understand what I'm saying. You strike like this, bah! Boom! 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 3 times it blow. I've seen where somebody was holding that thing. One of my boys, Ejima, is holding that thing. That thing blew to the boy's hand like this. I wonder how he's dealing with his girlfriend. He's actually married right now. So can you imagine if you are chilling with your husband and your husband is giving you, he cannot even use the phrase, giving you like this, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Imagine that kind of life. So you are lucky. The fact that your man can use the first one, confirm. Ejima now, if you're eating stew. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that happened. And guess another great thing that happened. 2002 was the year I came to Obodo Yuba, America, confirm. You can see all the things I'm measuring for you. I'm telling you all the great things that happened to me is even yet, confirm. 2004, I graduated from undergraduate. Confirm. Look at all the things that has been happening. Great things happening to me on even number year. So me, naturally, I look at even number year as ginger and odd number year as kind of weird. However, let me tell you something about this life. Every year is a good year. Because you yourself have to internalize it and you have to believe within yourself like, yo, what am I doing? What is my reason for existence? Are you trying to tell me that even I have to come out and desgi and do what I'm supposed to do? And then odd number year and I'll be chilling like this? I'm not a stockfish that you put inside freezer. Confirm, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There's a reason that baked beans, or they do baked beans inside of can. It's not supposed for you to put inside freezer, inside fridge. It stays inside that can 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They don't spoil. Confirm. I'm a Titus sardine. I exist in all kind of weather. Confirm. That's the same way you have to approach your life too. Any single way that anything is happening, confirm. Just believe in yourself that as long as I wake up and I did what? I will survive and I will make things happen, confirm. But last year was an amazing year. You know, we saw a lot of things that happened. You know, we started off the year on a very intellectual level. I don't know whether you guys saw the first couple of Africa Today shows we put out there. Well, we're talking about the things that Donald Trump might try to do. And we went out there and we said these things, and these things were now coming to pass, confirm. We said all kinds of things that people were not even expecting. We're the ones that said something about what? F1 visa, they might cut down. We talked about the people that were going through all the immigration parole, where your children birthright citizenship. We talked about it. I'm talking about like early in the year, and then boom, out of nowhere, we're not hearing it in the late time of the year, confirm. Now you're hearing that the government has shut down. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have never seen a situation where people that I've not even talked to for a long time in Africa reached out to me. Of which, usually, when you don't talk to somebody for a long time, the first thing they reach out to you for is, Brother Alpha, one of my cousins is coming to America. Can I come and stay with you for a little while? Or, Brother Alpha, I heard that Michael Jordan has the new Jordan Spark new canvas. Can you buy it for me? This one wasn't that. So people were hitting me up like, yo, Foxy, I heard that there's a government shutdown. How you doing? Are you okay? And I'm wondering to them, like, God damn, my nigga, like, government shut down, you know, touch me, I'm not working for the government. Like, no. Are you able to go to work? How is everything going? You know, are you safe? Is there still power and everything else? And I was not like, God damn. This thing is true. There is real government shutdown, but it's not even affecting us. That's how you can tell that the country has developed and developed to a level. God damn. These are the kind of things you look at African countries and be like, government has not shut down in Africa, but you have states in Nigeria where they have not paid teachers for 9 months. Government has not shut down, but we still have people that are fighting against Boko Haram for how many years now and still cannot even do it. Government has not shut down, but every single day you see the rate of unemployment back home, 50%, 60%, 70%. Government has not shut down, but people still don't have light, they don't have water, they don't have electricity, they don't have things that you just need as a basic human being to just be able to enjoy your life as your basic human rights, as existence, confirm. And I was like, God damn. And I tried to explain to the person I was asking, I was like, yo, government has shut down, but it's not really affecting me. And they were like, chairman, okay, yeah, you be big boy. And I don't know why. I was like, nah, it's not anything about big boy. It's not like me. I have my own things that's going on where I'm existing outside of the government. But it's not really affecting me. Ladies and gentlemen, you know why? Even with the government shut down, confirm, electricity is privately owned out here. And it's being managed and being governed. It's being run by a private company that's on, you know, the whole Wall Street parole, right? However, private company, I mean that it's owned by people, but it's a publicly traded company. That's why it's on Wall Street, confirmed. However, the government regulates it. When I say government, I'm talking about the state government and not the federal government. That's number one. Number two, in terms of security, unlike Nigeria where if they say government shut down and there's no more police, ladies and gentlemen, your parents are running to Lomé. Your parents are running to Cotonou. That place, that Sambisa forest where Boko Haram is, our parents will run there and go and hide, confirm. Because once Nigerian police force say they're not protecting nobody no more, that's the end, confirm. So the point I'm trying to make is this. Even though there's a government shutdown, my security is not provided by any government. What is my security? I have the Maryland State Police, and I also have the Baltimore County Police, confirmed. They're still the ones all the way down. So imagine now, like, you live in Nigeria, you live in, you know, say for instance, you live in Togo, since we're talking about Togo now. You have the Togo National Police. You now have Lomé Police that's taking care of anything that's happening in Lomé. And not only that, all those small counties and cities and towns within Lomé, they have their own police. So imagine our own vigilante that we just have in Nigeria. Those guys with bow and arrow and shakabula. You know, shakabula is one of those kind of guns where you see the thief, you say, stop, stop, stop. But the reason you're saying stop, stop, stop is not for the thief to really stop. It's just for him to just calm down, to give you time to just kaka, koko, ka, go, go. It's by using world. These are the guns that they used when they were shooting Abraham Lincoln back in the day, confirmed. old shakabula, confirm. All those kind of gun that you now load it. You do ka 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 ka. You want to fire, so do you say okay, hold on. You now can bring hanger. You open the hanger and you chuck it inside and do quaka 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 quaka. And then you can fire, confirm. In case the gunpowder not reach where it's supposed to reach, confirm. Those are the kind of gun that they shoot somebody 6 times in the head and the person will not die. The person doesn't have jazzo. That gun doesn't even have the power of a rubber bullet, confirm. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're living in a place where water is still running, everything is still going. I'm not wondering like, God damn, that is true. This government is shut down, but it's not really affecting boys. And that's what happens when you live in a country that things work. Look at UK right now. They're going through a situation where Theresa May and everything else, they say they want to Brexit. They want to exit Europe. Please believe that it was any time that any African country was looking at it like, oh, we have to exit AU. Right now, they would have shut down everything. No school, no work, no everything. We're trying to decide. Hey, you people should not make noise. I'm trying to think. Stop everything you are doing. I'm your leader. I need to think about what I need to do right now. You know how sometimes you be inside your car and because you want to parallel park. I don't know why. Maybe it's only black people though. Anytime I want to parallel park, you have to lower the volume. All that Davido that they are singing. All that Don Jazzy, all that give it to me, now give it to me. Lower the volume first. Let me be able to parallel park because that noise is too much, confirmed. So that's another thing that happened. And you know, I look at the past year, we lost a lot of good people. When I think about the people that we lost that really meant a lot to me, think about Kofi Annan. You know, that's a great African statesman. It's one of those people that went out there and showed a version, you know, to the rest of the world about what we Africans are, you know. And it's very interesting because when you surround yourself, or when you get into the, forget about all these racist redneck people that don't really understand what's happening in the world, confirm. These are people that have not even left their small town in the middle of nowhere, America. I'm talking about people who have traveled, who have seen things. I'm talking about the Rhodes Scholars. I'm talking about people that are well educated, confirm. That is their version of Africa. Because they've had 1 or 2 young Africans from Ethiopia, from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Ghana, who was in their class in the 70s, and they're like, oh, he was very articulate. He was very intelligent. That is what they remember when they think about Africans. So all this other stuff, of course, you know, internet be opening our ears, you know, your old boys, everything else, you know, Instablog be doing their own support, of which I don't even understand what the fuck Instablog is still standing for right now. But we thank God for that. But anyways, we saw so many things that happened. Talking about Instablog, we found out that there is an owner. The owner of Instablog came out, his photo was leaked, and I was so happy that it was an ugly ass motherfucking ass picture of that dude that came out. Because I'm telling you, if you do dirt will be rubbed on your face, confirmed. This year was, this past year was absolutely amazing, you know. I mean, you also saw Linda Ikeji come out, someone that came out and said that, you know, she was you know, pregnant and she had a fiance and everything else, and then the truth now came out that she slipped and fell on the dick. Which I've always told every single of my ex-girlfriend that caught me outside dipping and dabbling. I always told her that, looked, she slipped and fell on me. That's what happened. And finally, Linda Ikeji that carried the most gossip, the most amebo, the truth now came out that she herself too can do what? Swoop! And devolve her covered J. Thomas. And look at that. So it was just an amazing year. We saw so many things that happened. A couple of sad things happened as well. You know, one thing that really touched me from last year was seeing all our soldiers that are out there dying with the whole Boko Haram parole and everything else. You know, and you know, my whole thing is this. You know, Nigeria is in a very interesting position right now. Before we were blind, you know, in terms of like we didn't really know what was happening. You know, I could say 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. Now, any Pekin that was born 1999, when we got democratic, you know, parole, is now 20 years old. That Pekin is not a Pekin anymore. In fact, if that Pekin is a female child, that Pekin is too mature for even R. Kelly to even look. That Pekin can walk past R. Kelly and be like, I didn't see anybody. Because he's a motherfucking pedophile. So you just be like, no, that's too mature for me. That Pikin is 20 now. So the same mistake we're making in our infancy, we can't be making it today. What's the point I'm trying to make? We're in a position now where we can choose a new leader. They came and gave us what? Smoke and mirror. They do us like this. The more you look, the less you see. John Cena. They gave us somebody who is absolutely useless in terms of Atiku Abubakar. Absolutely useless based off. Let me tell you, absolute uselessness, it does not mean that the person cannot stand and speak or the person cannot move around. Absolute uselessness means that you were there before, you didn't do nothing. So you've shown me in the past that you are actually useless. I have no use of you anymore. There's a reason why you didn't go from vice president to becoming president when Obasanjo was the president, confirmed. He was his vice for 8 years, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Now, all of a sudden, you now want to come back and become president. It doesn't make any sense. We're always talking about new blood, fresh blood. Come on now, in a country of almost 200 million people, you're telling us we can't find anybody else to run as the opposition? But you, chairman, I'll put you on the side. The definition of absolute uselessness. Somebody who does not occupy space, does not have weight, does not displace water. Somebody who, if you had sat down inside that same bathtub in which that chairman jumped up and said, Eureka, that water would not have moved. Somebody who is just breeze. He has no form, no shape. He does not impart anything on anybody. Somebody who, his existence, right? I know there's some people that owe God years. What do I mean by that? As we are on earth right now, we've been getting the years that was promised to us. But you get to a point where maybe God had looked at you and said, this guy's supposed to mod for 70, and now you're 76. And those 6 years were filled with uselessness. So you actually owe God. Because God was supposed to take you back then. But he did not. Based off of maybe Angel Gabriel was doing kind of nonsense with his, his bookkeeping was not on point. You never really know. It can be a situation where they just upgraded the version of the software. You never really know. Because you know how it is now. Sometimes maybe the software that they're using in heaven is like iTunes. iTunes, where all I use iTunes for is two things: to listen to music and to listen to podcasts. But every single time I enter my computer, what's iTunes asking me? Do you want to upgrade? For what? Only two things: podcast and music. Well, music is playing. Well, podcast is playing. The fuck am I trying to upgrade for? Because you have a new button you want to show. What's a new button? Just in case you are listening to the music and you want to find out how many times they are beating the drum. My nigga, I don't need to know. Lagbaja finished that song in 1996. The drummer himself, his speaking is now drumming. I don't need to. I don't need that feature. So it's possible that Angel Gabriel is still using that same software. So when they upgrade and things are happening, he has not upgraded. So because of that, he's missing out on things. He's not able to call on and be like, psst, Chairman Jesus, I beg no vex. Just 1 second. I know you're busy with dealing with all these people in the Middle East. But this guy, we don't suppose to call him since. Jesus will say, hey! You don't set my alarm. I say, oh Jesus, you don't say your battery die for your phone. And why? So be like, say, oh God, I've been not supposed to call this guy. Tell my pallet. They're gonna tell the popsy that one man. We got to call that guy. Because we're dealing with somebody who is beyond his expectation of life, beyond his expectation of usefulness. One of the worst things that can happen to you as a human being is when you peak at an early stage. We have people like that. People that we went to secondary school with. People that at the age of 16, they were gods. And now when you look at them at the age of 32, you're like, ah, damn, man. Right now, I'm planning my high school reunion. We're planning for our 20th anniversary of our graduation. Confirm. It sounds real crazy, I understand, but I graduated school very early. I was like 14, 15 when I got out of high school. So please don't look at me with old face. Confirm. Me, I'll tell you my age. I don't hide anything. 1984 was when I was born. Confirm. This year I'm going to be 35. Confirm. But we're planning our high school 20th anniversary for this year, 2019, confirm. So I'm looking at the group chat. The people are very, very involved in the group chat. A couple of, you know, popular kids, but mostly a lot of like the nerdy kids back then. All of a sudden, they're the ones that are popping. They're the ones that are doing major things. Whether they're in London, Lagos, Abuja, Lomé, different places, US, they're the ones. But all those boys that were chairman, the ones that were like, you know, doing things, those ones that will call you when you were just in like, you know, maybe like, what's that, 9th grade or so. That's like JS3, SS1. They'll be like, smell my finger. Like, why am I smelling your finger? Just smell it. Because it smells like poto. They'll be like, that's Toto. Like, which person Toto is that? We don't even know that they are putting finger inside people's daughter. We had no idea. But back then, these were the chairmen that were running all those kind of parole. We had no idea. We didn't know. But now we're in this group chat. Those guys, and nobody even know whether they get phone. Nobody even get their number. These are chairmen that have fallen off 10 years, 7 years, 8 years, 15 years ago. Confirm. Because they peaked in their childhood. So when you're dealing with someone like Buhari, who peaked back in 1983 when he became the head of state of this country. 1983, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't even born yet. Confirm. Let me tell you what else was not born. Internet was not born yet. Confirm. This thing I'm talking to you on, this camera was not even born yet. Confirm. Back then, confirm. NTA had only one. NTA channel 10. No NTA 2 channel 5. Not anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, back then, Ronald Reagan was still president. Reagan we don't mod. He don't mod. Their wife don't mod. Their dog don't mod. Their house get don't mod. That's who is now our leader. Put that one. Put in this hand. Put inside your pocket on the left side. Now let's go on the right side. Can you tell me, forget about performance-wise, because we know we as Africans and our African leaders, they don't really perform. It's one of our superhero tendencies. That's why when once again I watched that Wakanda, I was like, this boy, they mad though. This Black Panther, they really do things for people though, because it's not part of our heritage, not part of our culture. Our leaders don't do anything for us. They don't perform. But let me ask you, as Africans, we have one gift. The gift of yarning. Or they will say in English language, oratory. We talk, we speak. Every single leader, if you go and check the list of quotes, you get stuff that Kwame Nkrumah said, you get stuff that Daniel Arap Moi from Kenya said, you get stuff from even the people that they are considering to be the worst ever now. Mama Gaddafi, all them guys. You see what they said, you see what Idi Amin said, you see all the things that they said. Tell me one quote. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to leave a comment right now. As you're watching this video, I want you to tell me one single quote that you remember from Buhari. And if you don't remember right now, just write it there. Buhari has not said anything I remember. Because guess what? If you have a leader that cannot provide, if you have a leader that cannot perform, if you have a leader that cannot inspire, at least say something more. Yeah, I don't know a single thing that this man has said. Not one, not shishi, not afo. I cannot even think of. I challenge anybody. What? Oh, you said that we're lazy youths or jobless youths. Or you can't even find that video. You're gonna be hard pressed to find. This is how lame this dude is. He was supposed to do an interview with Arise newspaper, ladies and gentlemen. They were supposed to just do a live interview. He said no, that it has to be recorded. And they have to submit the question. Now, submitting the question, of course, if you're on any level of, you know, you're dealing with the media or whatever, you have a good PR team, they'll be like, send us the questions first so we can prepare. But for you to not be able to even speak live, do you understand what that means? Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Our people are suffering, you know. Our people are suffering. Can you imagine? Your president cannot even do a live interview. As much as everything they bash Trump for, as much as me, I don't really care for the nigga like that. The fact that I can come out and just speak in front of people. I challenge you to show me one video where your president spoke for at least 6 minutes. And you're going to tell me that, man, it's not a waste of space. You are lucky. I'm telling you, today I went to go and buy gas. And as I was pumping the gas, I was not like, oh man, this thing's not fair on cars though. The fact that car will run, eventually you have to now stop and now put gas inside. How I wish that human beings will have to go somewhere and go and pay for oxygen. You think that we would give that man oxygen? Would you? So these are things that I have to think about and be like, God dang, man. They don't snooker also. But they can't snooker us forever. Because let me tell you something about this life. You cannot continue going down that same path. Because eventually the people go vex. See what happened in Gabon now? Ali Bongo, who's the Pekin of the guy that is... Gabon got their independence in the 60s. From like 1967 up until like maybe like 2009 or so. It was ruled by this one man. The man Mod, his son took over. His son is now the Ali Bongo. I've talked about him before on Africa Today show. Now, this Pekin that I had is now seeking. He has been seeking for a while now. And then, out of nowhere, there's a coup, the plotting that happened. You know the interesting thing about that coup? People are saying that, oh, the coup was squashed, blah, blah, blah. They're announcing on the news that it's coup. Ladies and gentlemen, the interesting thing about that coup is that the coup was not by generals. It was not by generals, major generals, colonels, lieutenants. You know what a lieutenant is? Lieutenant is someone that just finished from military training school. As a young person. These are boys that will probably be out there drinking beer with college people because that's their mates. These are talking about people in their early 20s. They're the ones that rose up. Guess when that happened? Before. In the 60s. When you think about the boys that went to go do the Nigerian coup, when you think about, you know, 60s and 70s, the ones that went to go do the Ghanaian coup, when you think about all them Thomas Sankara them, when you think about all them uprising, all them boys that were just like, nah, You know, I was studying, we thank God for God. I took some time and I was just like, you know, when I was researching this Ali Bongo guy, you know, he has some things in his past. People are saying that, oh, that he was adopted. He's not actually from Gabon. That he's one of the, you know, Igbo children that were airlifted during the Biafran War and they were dropped off in Gabon and they lived in like one of these motherless babies' homes and all that kind of stuff. And he was adopted by the father and this, that, and the third. Nobody cared. But as I was reading that thing, I'm like clicking on links. You know, Wikipedia is your friend. And I started reading about Naxime Eyadema of Togo, who at the time that he became the head of that country was 34 years old. And I started going back. But at the time, for him to be 34 years old, ladies and gentlemen, he was the 4th youngest African head of state at that time in the 60s. 34 years old. You know what 34 years old means? It means that me and that guy are mates. And as you see me like this, I can barely take care of my own household. But you understand the belief that those young men had. They didn't say, am I ready? Can I do this? They just said, if not me, then who? And that's what's happening right now. I don't know whether people are following. I don't know whether people know Tenny the entertainer. Tenny that sings song. She did one song. I go, for your kiss, oh, for your kiss. For your kiss, oh, for your kiss. I go slap Agbero for your kiss. I go punch it. I love that song so much. But she mentioned so much. She said, I go slap Agbero for your case. I go call MC Oluwomo. I go report all of them. Agbero in Nigerian slang is like a tout, like a thug. They're usually the guys that you see at like the motor parks, the bus stops. You know, just, you know, thugs, hoods, whatever. So she said I will slap Agbero and I'll call MC Oluwomo. MC Oluwomo is a man in charge of the NURTW, Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers. So all the buses, all the Okada, anything that has to do with transportation in Nigeria. Now, somebody did this math and I never really looked at it before. They said for each bus that runs, they collect like, you know, 2,000 naira from each bus. That's an informal tax, that's just obtaining. You know, each Okada they're collecting 600. They did only in Lagos alone. I think the person calculated that they make in a day it was almost like 30 something million, and then in a month they were talking about like 900 million, and then they now, you know, spread it out to a whole year, and it was like in like 20 billion naira or something crazy like that. And I was not like, damn, this is insane that these guys have this level of power. And this MC Oluomo now, his family, like his kids, he has kids in Atlanta. I follow him on Instagram because I was just like, yo, let me just even understand how this dude is really working. Because yo, we have some soprano kind of niggas, we have some mafia people that are just motioning and moving around within us, and we don't even understand. We're looking at them as common touts. This guy is the head of all of that. Remember now, the mafia, the Italian mafia here in America, what do they control? They control the garbage industry. They control, you know, taxi cabs, you know, strip clubs, things that you think I'm like, and they are multi-billionaires on that whole thing. So I was like, let me study this guy. Now, this guy has been a chairman running things. Guess what happened to him? We're getting the news that just yesterday that somebody stabbed him in the neck and in the belly. Stabbed him 5 times during one of their rallies. Now, I'm not the kind of person that's going to say, oh, it's good for violence to occur or to wish harm on anybody's father or anybody at all. But this is a sign of unrest. If you as the chairman that's in charge of all these thugs and all these touts, somebody as part of you guys are doing rally, and another faction now says, hell no, we're tired of your bullshit. Cha, 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 cha. They want that guy to be licking like bread that you put inside your bathtub. Choking all those holes inside of him. I mean, what are you going to do? Call vulcanizer? That's a sign of unrest. And who knows where that thing is going to go? Who knows where it's going to stop? You know? So for me, I'm looking at all these people that are just running for election. This is the first Nigerian election where I didn't choke my out. Because there's nothing to say. What can you say? This mean like this. Fam, nothing. Because I have nobody I'm going to tell you to vote for. So I'm sitting this one out. We'll start the unrest afterwards. Don't worry about nothing. But anyways, this episode is our first year. Our first of the year. And I really wanted to use this opportunity to just thank you guys for, you know, being with me, you know, throughout this whole journey. You know, last year was an amazing year. We got to learn a lot about ourselves. We had to see that we could, you know, meet those obstacles and jump right over them. We had to see that we could grow as human beings. We could mature to be the people that we're supposed to be. You know, last year we were able to give out the money for the scholarship, which was absolutely wonderful. And out of nowhere, I went for African Apes show in Houston, and guess who I saw? One of the scholarship winners. You know, it was his mom was when I was like, oh my God, you're the one that gave my son the scholarship. And I'm like, I was about to run because I didn't understand what she said, that, you know, you're the one that's the father of my... I didn't hear well. You know, I'm like this is paternity test. I was about to take off. He was like, no, don't go anywhere. I want... Michael, come and greet. I was like, God dang. I know that nigga. And he's like, oh, that's... I was like, oh, shoot. So we took a picture. You know, but that's you guys. That's what you people did. You people gave him scholarship, $500. Now the boy is so happy. Anywhere he goes now, he's like, yo, Africa Today show. So I appreciate you guys so much for that. We did something that in my mind I didn't even think was actually going to be possible. But we're able to do that. You know, we're able to hold each other up. There were times when I was weak and you held me up. And there were times when you guys too were going through things and I held you up as well. You know, and it was absolutely wonderful. I always tell people, any questions you guys have, africatodayshow@gmail.com. Let me use the opportunity and even read some of the questions and comments and things that came through. So this is from Chukuma Nkwanta. It said, greetings Foxy, we hail. Wanted to ask if Nigerians in diaspora fee votes. It's rather shocking that we can apply for passports in other countries in diaspora, but it's rather impossible to cast your vote. I would like to connect with anyone interested in seeing how we can get this done at least. It's a start to working towards this. P.S. Keep doing you, Foxy. Regards, Chuma. Yes, Father, confirm. Jinja, my brother, God bless you, man. I appreciate that support. And my thought to the Canada confirm. Yeah, Nigerians can't vote. We can't vote in diaspora, which is really, really ridiculous. Knowing fully well for 2 reasons. Number one, we are still Nigerians, and there's plenty of us outside. Number two, if you gotta check Western Union, the amount of, I think Nigeria is in the top 6 or top 4 countries that send money back home. Ladies and gentlemen, if Nigerians did not send Merry Christmas transfer to our people back in Nigeria, this last Christmas, this dirty December, where everybody was going for Whiskey concert and Davido concert, it was empty. Nobody would have been there confirmed. We're the ones that are sustaining that economy confirmed. So yeah, I agree with you, my chairman. We should be able to, and maybe that's something that we could start. That's something we could start. If anybody's interested, you know, if you feel like you live outside of Nigeria and you'd like to be voting in this next election, you know, put your name there and put which country you're living in confirm. So that way we can understand what's going on. Let me see what else is in here. This is from Laura and Jerry. This is from the ATS citizenship ban. Have views by Laura. Said, if we begin to rule out the matter of better hospitals in America, however, in America, there are medicines that are usually extensively hyped and marketed, which is true, to appeal to people, of which is not good for you. In Africa, it's our own ignorance that will finish us. So she's saying, like, here, let's rule out the whole thing about better hospitals, because here in America you have medicines that they prescribe to people that because they advertise it so much, it ends up being of appeal to you, and when in fact it's not good for you. And she continues, understand fully the motives and intentions of the president. So she understands fully the motives and intentions of the president, and she understands as well the nature of the man, and lastly knows and acknowledges the roots of United States of America. Food for thought. So I guess she's siding with Trump on the ATS citizenship ban. That's pretty ginger, auntie. Let me see if somebody sent me anything on Twitter, because I also put that out there. The Fox himself is my Twitter, so that way if you guys want to send me anything, you know, make sure you hit me up on there. Okay, so I have a question here from Nigeria in America. That's her name on Twitter, Kate Ayo. Said, can Nigeria really change? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Nigeria can really change. Of course Nigeria can change. Shebi was good before and it became bad. All I have to say is, if you want to know whether something can change, show me what you were before and show me what you are now. So if you can look and say, this is X, this is Y, and there's a delta, there's a change. If it changed, then yeah, it's clear that it has changed and it can change. So can we still change it back to become good? Hell motherfucking yeah, we can, of course. These are leaders that we're looking at now. They weren't always bad. At a certain point in their time, there was a time when Buhari was useful. That's why some people looked at him and said, my chairman, come and be head of state in the 80s. There was a time when Obasanjo, the time when Tinubu was looked at as a freedom fighter, when they were pursuing Nadeko people back in the day. So yeah, definitely, everybody has a reason how they can change, you know. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to end this episode. I want to thank you guys so much. Last year was absolutely wonderful. We got to learn so much about ourselves, you know, and I'm talking about myself personally and also from you guys as well. It was a year of incredible growth. I can't even start to tell you how much it was. You know, I decided, you know, to take my own mental health into my own hands. I decided to take my own well-being into my own hands. I'm becoming more conscious about life itself. You know, I'll wake up and I tell myself, you know what, today I'm going to be happy, and guess what, I'll be happy. You know, I'll wake up and I'll tell myself, today, you know what is it that made you unhappy yesterday? Okay, you went on social media, you saw some things, some people left some kind of comments you didn't really like, or somebody said something that was incredibly mean, and you're trying to reason with the person that they weren't really being reasonable, or somebody left something that was so ridiculously crazy on their own page, and you're looking at them like, God damn, this is my boy, I can't really unfollow him. Because you know, on Instagram you can't meet people. I'm like, God dang. Now this shit got me feeling all kinds of way. So you know what? Whenever I felt that way, I'll just take a break. Social media. To the extent I got to a point where even my phone itself, I'll turn off my WhatsApp. No notifications on my WhatsApp. Because what are they sending you? It's one of three things. Number one, it's either good morning, prayer, God will bless you, this, that. Threaten, where they are telling you if you don't forward this thing to less than 6 people, you will die, or somebody's daughter's breast. It's one of those three things. And sometimes it can be the same person as standing in all those three in no particular order confirmed. So I said, you know what, I'm taking myself away from that. So guess what? I check my WhatsApp like social media. What do? Throughout the day, I don't even check my WhatsApp because I don't get any notification. It doesn't beep, it doesn't do anything. And when I get home, all the groups that I'm in, my secondary school reunion, my group of my guys who we talk about like fitness and all kinds of stuff, my comedians, that's another place of breast and yash place. I'll start just going, my family chats, you know, where my family is a very interesting dynamics. You know, we always have times when, you know, we love each other, but not everybody loves each other at the same time. There's always times when I love my father, I don't really care about my mother. My mother loves me, she doesn't care about my other brother. But it's never all at the same time. I think we haven't even taken a picture, all of us together, in maybe like 6 years. That's just how my family is. It's only 2 parents and 3 children, but that's how we are. We're very headstrong, you know, very driven. Nobody relies on anybody for anything else. We're all about our business, and that's what happens. You know, when it works out perfectly, but when it doesn't, there's always kind of comma. So, you know, you might have people that are beefing each other, and the only way that you can tell that there's actually like still blood within them is when one person put picture in the group chat, the other person will like it, and I'm like, oh, at least they're talking. To me, that's communication. My mother will still be like, call your brother, and I'm like, yo, they talking. That's interaction going on, you know. So I learned how to, like, you know, take myself back. I learned self-control, you know, in terms of, you know, whether I was drinking, whether I was just like doing things that are not really right for you, whether I was just saying no. Some days you just have to sit down. On the weekend, you don't have to be going out. There's no reason. Say no. And that was one thing that I learned towards the end of last year, and I'm going to be doing it a lot this year. No, I can't. I'm sorry. You may not even get that I'm sorry, just know. You know? So learn that. Learn about blessings. Just like, you know, talking to people and just imparting them with your knowledge and just blessing them with your presence sometimes. You know, sometimes what people want is your presence and not just presence. Because I used to be one of those kind of people that like, yo, if I can't be somewhere, maybe invite me for a baby shower and I can't be there, I'll just be like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just go on your baby registry. I'll buy the most expensive gift, $400, $500, you know, as my way of like, I couldn't make it up, but here you go. But then I learned like, yo, sometimes you just being there means more to them than whatever you might give them. There's not that many people in this Obodo Igbo that are hungry. That thing that they put on there, they put big, you know, walker and everything on, you know, pushing pram and everything. It's not because they can't afford it. We're just like, we're setting this thing up. Let's just click. Okay, fine. It's almost like all these bridal parties, you know, all these wedding people that are having weddings and everything. They'll put plate on there. Each time that they can't afford plate, but they just put it on there. You know, talking about bridal parole, you know, I made a very, very interesting move in my own personal life. I was able to take my star player. This is when I talk about star player, I'm talking about my number 10 that just be dribbling and doing all kinds of amazing things on my field, and just upgrade that number 10 from being just a player that's playing based off of, you know, the agreement that you have maybe season to season to becoming a lifetime, you know, football player. So we thank God for his blessings, but everything was just on the low, not too much yarnings, not too much noise and everything else. So but it's a beautiful thing, you know, and I'm so excited. I'm really excited. You guys are the first people I'm telling this thing, so don't even loud it, just don't even put anything there. You know, if people want to congratulate me, just be like, ah, Foxy P, we're done. Leave it like that. Don't be doing, well, for congratulations on your what happened? Keep everything on the low, you know. But we're celebrating growth, we're celebrating wholesomeness, we're celebrating coming together, we're celebrating, you know, you just, you know, feeling like, yeah, finally it's all coming together. And you know, I haven't been this happy in a very, very long time. So it's 2019, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly cannot thank you guys enough for being with me. We've been doing this now for 9 years. Can you imagine that? If during that time now we don't born now, that became will be 9 years old. Imagine that. You know, so it's a beautiful thing that we're doing right now. This year I'm gonna make some changes to Africa Today Show. Africa Today Show is gonna change a little bit. It's gonna change. It's gonna take a step back from this long form, free, you know, just going in, and it will become more, you know, concise, more topic oriented, more hitting, like, you know, if I have like 8 points and I want to go on, you know, reporting on things that are happening in Africa. It's supposed to be your opportunity, you that you live in the diaspora, it's supposed to be your opportunity to hear what's happening back home, and then, you know, keep abreast of these things, and then opine and leave your comments and everything else. And, you know, that's pretty much it. When it comes to me and my personal anecdotes, and, you know, because, you know me, I'm a talker, confirm. So I was like, dang, how can I now pigeonhole this thing? Because somebody had told me before, they were like, yo, Foxy, maybe you can cut Africa Today show into like 4 or 5 segments. And I was like, I'm the only one that's talking, planning, shooting, editing. Like, I will die. I can't do this. You know? So if we want this to be a weekly show, we're going to have to cut this thing down to becoming maybe like, you know, a 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or maybe at the most, maybe like a 20-minute thing where I just hit everything. You know, Gabon, they had a coup. Nigeria has this thing coming up, election coming up. Oh, Congo, they were supposed to have released the result of the election, they haven't. Things like that. Of course, I'm going to mix in some humor and everything, but guess what, ladies and gentlemen, when I have those concise things, right, now I know how to work in the humor. So then you can get like really funny, really, but it's going to be straight to the point. It's going to be hitting. You're going to watch it the same way you watch your TV show on Netflix or whatever, you know, on regular TV or cable. Boom, boom, boom. You just be getting it. Boom, boom, boom. And then you'll be okay. Now, for the other piece of it, because you know me, I like to yarn. So my own yarnings, my own anecdotes and everything else, me just yarning about how my week went and everything else, we're going to kick that podcast thing into gear. But guess what? That podcast is not going to just be only podcast. It's also going to be video, which is going to be free form. What do I mean by free form? I can invite my friends to come join me. Remember Kenny? Kidnap victim. He's going to be my first guest, confirm. We're going to sit down on the couch and he will tell us about how that kidnapping happened. But it's going to be real relaxed. So that one now, we can put it on iTunes. You can just be listening, put inside your headphone. When you're at your job, like you're just working. See, I do my hair like this. It means that if I have keyboard, confirm. I didn't do like, you know, like if I fry or you're doing burger. Because I'm assuming that if I'm doing a higher job, confirm. Yeah, it's my blessing for you. Even if you're doing burger right now, guess what? You will promote to that next level, ginger. So, that one is going to be called For My People, because that's the reason why I do everything I do. It's for my people. So that one is going to be really chill, really relaxed. We'll just do style like that. Hot drink, everything will just be going on. You know, just sit down on the couch and just very relaxed, very chill. And we'll go through them, try and get some interesting guests. Me personally, there's a lot of things that I want to do. I definitely want to talk to Kenny about his whole kidnapping parole. Chief Obi had one of the most amazing Niger trips. So I'm definitely going to figure out a way to get him on this couch, confirm. And there's a whole bunch of people doing so many amazing things. I have one of my homegirls who I believe is the first Nigerian stripper that I've met in America. So I want to hear her story as well. I have one of my boys that's running things real heavy out there in Houston, who most people will consider to be a Yahoo boy. So we'll figure out a way where we can bring him in. We'll do it on video. I don't know whether he wants to do video. I might just do the podcast for his own episode and figure out a way to change his voice or whatever. But give you guys an opportunity to enter into a different side of what it means to be African. Stories, things that you be hearing about in the news, but maybe you don't know anybody that has a reach into them. Me, myself, personally, I've told you guys many times, in my own family, I have Amroba. We have doctor, we have lawyer, we have engineer, we have IT people, we have comedian, we also have kidnapper, we have Ashawo. It's official Ashawo that's in Italy right now, confirm. So for me, life is all about, you know, that sweetness. If you think about food that you're cooking now, if your mother brings out all the pepper that she put inside that stew and pour it inside your mouth, you're gonna be like, oh my God, you're trying to kill me. But once you put it inside that stew, mix it in, the salt itself, that woman can use that salt and kill like 16 snails. But guess what? When she put that salt inside that stew, it come out tasting wonderful. That's the same thing we're going to do with that show, For My People, confirm. So right now, all I need from you guys is 2 things. Number 1, blessings, encouragements, good words in the comment section. Say, folks, speak, go ahead and do this thing, because we have to do this. And number 2, I personally have never done podcasting before. So anybody that has the knowledge, whether you know how to set up the podcast parole, where we're going to upload the thing to, I don't have that. I don't know how to do it. I've never done it before. Confirm. I already bought the website for my people. That's IV My People. I already paid for it. So you already know when it comes to me, if you see me talking about something and I don't have any action, you know, nothing, I just fall to the wayside. Confirm. But when you see me with my action, you know, for a reason, like, yo, Foxy's on his P's and Q's. Confirm. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going in that direction now because I have to do this thing for my people. I want to give you guys those stories, those underground things that you yourself don't even know about. You be hearing about Niger boys that are dealing drugs. You be hearing about some Ghana boys that have all kinds of scamming mechanism, but you don't even know that this is happening in our culture. We're going to go into that underbelly. What about all these politicians that be coming to America and be coming to come and talk to people? You know, I'm a governor of Abia State or whatever. Let's bring them in. Let's just yarn. Relax. I'm not going to ask you any hard questions. Personally, I don't really care because I know you're going to chop the money anyways. But yo, my nigga, that your shoe is nice. Where do you get that from? If somebody else wants to get that kind of shoe, what can they do? Well, you know, I studied in, I went to University of Nsukka and I did my NYSC. Ain't nobody want to hear that bullshit. We're good with that. Tell us right now, what is your paroles? How do you feel about what's going on in a less pressurized setting? Nobody's going to quote you. Speak your mind. You know, so it's something that has been deep in my spirit, and the comedy thing has blessed me so much where, you know, that's the most beautiful thing about being a comedian. You travel so much, you interact with so many people. A pastor will welcome you into his home and bless you. It's the same way a stripper, after the night, you'll be like, yo, Foxy, we gotta go pick my kids up, man. What are you doing? Nothing? Alright, let's go pick my kids up. Like, I've ridden in cars with like people that are the most dangerous, most killer, some Brooklyn boys that be carrying a bomb. I've smoked Igbo with boys that they'll be, when they put that Igbo, like, they'll be like, yo, Foxy, I'm about to add the extra. I'm like, brother, no, just give me that one as a day like that. Because they're about to put white on top. These are boys that are putting coke on top of their weed. You know, I'm like, no, chama, that one is bigger than me. You know, but because you're a comedian, because you have that humor, they just look at you like, this guy, you know, it's not gonna attack us. He's a funny dude. And plus, you know, one of the things that bless me is philo, because, you know, I wear makeup on the internet. And if you want to seem the most non-threatening in this world, be a nigga that wears makeup. Nobody even cares. People can women will naked in front of you backstage and all those fashion shows that we're emceeing. They will naked in front of you and just assume that you're gay. And you're just like, I'm good with that. As long as Mama Junior knows I handle business, that's all we care about. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, For My People is a podcast, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. And I definitely need your support. So anybody that knows how to do the podcasting, anybody that knows how to design flyer, things along those lines, something that we have to get off the ground as soon as possible. I'm definitely working to get Kenny in here by next week. So it's looking like if I can get the flyer set up and somebody show me how to upload the podcast by next week, you guys should be able to see it, because that one is no editing. No. Anything we yarn, we just flow on. And that first episode is For My People. My name is Kenny and I was kidnapped. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you guys so much. I said to talk whenever we end this show. Anything we don't die in our vulture. I remember the ginger is almost